slide. You are right. Hey, pull up. When I'm outside.
Guys, actually, first of all, hi. On this Burna Boy note, guys, because today we're just hanging out, sipping on some kombucha. We're gonna do our makeup, but I've just remembered something that happened to me. I went on a date with this guy once, and you know, we're just talking, you know, getting to know each other, what did all that stuff. So you know, we're like talking about the kind of music we like, and if you guys know me and you subscribe to this channel, and then you definitely know that I love Burna Boy. He's like my fave. He is the goat. So yeah, I'm telling him, you know, for me, I love Burna Boy. Yeah, so now I was asking him, like, do you listen to Burna Boy? Because for me, we can really meet in the middle if if you say you love Burna Boy and you actually do. So I was like, so have you listened to his album African Giant? So he's like, yeah, you know, he's listened here and there. And then this is the part that got me. He said that he thinks, are you guys even ready? I feel like you're not ready. He said he thinks that Georgia Smith saved the album. What do you do with someone like that now? Do you continue the date? Do you leave the date? I actually told my sister that story. She was like, throw the whole man away. It's a no, cancelled. So, like I said, today we're just gonna hang out, do makeup. I actually just bought this palette, and in my defense, it was before the shenanigans that happened with Huda, who is the owner of Huda Cosmetics. We can actually chat about that, but I was like, I spent my coins to get this palette so that I reviewed for you guys, and I'm like, I'm still gonna try it. I have to, because no, the money was spent, huh? Akatuke went like that, so I don't want for me not to try it, and I bought it specifically to do a video, so we're gonna do a video. So this palette is by Huda Cosmetics, and it's called the So Extra palette, and that's the outer packaging, or the box that it comes with. And then that's the palette. Let's open her up. She's gorgeous. So here we go. These are the shades. I also got the glosses. I got the It's Clear to Me gloss, and I also got the Muse gloss. These are 600 bob. So this is how the glosses look. Yeah, so I'm gonna create a look with the palette. Actually, let's just have a chat about this Huda rant that was. In case you're not from Kenya, because I have followers who are not from Kenya, then Huda Monroe is the founder of Huda Cosmetics, and you can just Google her. She's quite big, and she recently had this rant on her Insta stories that had to do, I don't actually know exactly how that rant started, but then I think she called someone who was plus size an elephant. Am I right, guys? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I think that's how it started. And then someone sent her a message saying, yo, like, you can't speak to someone like this, you can't say something like this about someone. And then now she went into like a full-on rant, and she was talking about how, you know, you can't call, no, if people can call skinny people skinny, then why should it be that when you call someone fat, that it's fat shaming? It was a lot, guys, and the light is messing me up. Really, it rains Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, Saturday, and then today when I'm filming, the sun is coming out. I can't. I think let me do my brows quickly off camera, because if I start doing them here, it's gonna be a minute, guys. It's gonna be a minute. This video will be a minute, and I feel like it's already gonna be long. Okay, the brows are done. Let me see how we're gonna do this, what look we can do. Okay. Cute. It's really nicely pigmented. So the whole argument was that if you're calling skinny people skinny, then you can call fat people fat, and it shouldn't be termed as fat shaming. I really disagreed with some of the things, actually all of the things that she had to say, because I'm not, and by the way, I'm not even saying at tea that sometimes when skinny people are told they're skinny, they don't feel bad about it. I know I'm not trying to trivialize that, but I think putting them side by side and saying it's the same thing is not right. First of all, society has set one of the standards of beauty in society, and it's not even me who's saying, it's just how it is. Although now I feel like it's changing, but it's always been that skinny is what you want to be, you know, like skinny is beautiful. These are not my words. Hey, these are not my words. Before you go and say, I see somewhere Joanna Kinuthia says no, I think we all know that most of the time skinny, or for a very long time, skinny has been the standard of beauty. And I mean, come on, you can't compare how many pills, regimens, that are there for weight gain as you can for weight loss. As in, everyone is always trying to scam people into losing weight, being slimmer, doing this, you know. So you can't compare someone calling you skinny, which is like a good thing. I don't know if I'm putting my point across, as compared to someone who's plus size being called fat. I really don't think it's fair to compare. Hey, makeups, nimesahau. And also, guys, there's no one who ever calls someone who is plus size fat coming from a good place. Never ever. So you can't tell me you called someone fat and it was coming from a good place. Like, there's no way. There's literally no way. And in discussions like this, guys, I always feel like there are those people who always say things like you shouldn't body shame anyone, skinny or fat, which is true, but that's not the point of the discussion. You know what I mean? It's like those people who, when we're talking about Black Lives Matter, they come in and say all lives matter. Sis, you've missed the point. You're in the wrong place. Bye. So I'm really keen to hear your thoughts, guys. I'm so keen to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you thought about that rant in the comments down below. I really am curious to know. Now, the other thing that, okay, so I actually asked you guys on Instagram to ask me juicy questions that I can answer, or like my opinions on things. First of all, you guys have shown me fire, because some of the questions that you guys are asking, or the assumptions you're making, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. Okay, so I was trying to find the question. So someone was asking, is your business only beneficial to us consumers, or is it also to you? Because one of the things that Huda said in this rant of hers is that she barely makes $1 in terms of profit, because she was gonna create products for herself, and then she decided that she's gonna do her customers or her followers a favor and also, you know, create products for them. So basically the point she was trying to make is that she doesn't care what you think about her rant, whether you decide to stop buying Huda Cosmetics or supporting Huda Cosmetics. That is not her only thing that makes her money. So whether you buy or not, it does not matter, because Sis is okay with or without you, because she barely makes a profit. So someone asked me, I think I've just said, I've already lost the question. Is your business only beneficial to us consumers? No, boo-boo, I'm not running a charity. I am not running a charity, and I find it so hard to believe that someone would wake up one day and decide, hey, let me make products for people when I'm not really gonna make a profit, and then put in all this effort and all this work into creating a brand and pushing that brand for other people. Like, guys, let's be realistic and let's be honest. We are all very selfish as human beings. So I find it so hard to believe that you're running a business that's not a charity and you're doing it solely for other people. I don't know, guys. You let me know what I think. Because for me, Joanna K Cosmetics is a business. So I make profits from that business. Most definitely I make profits. Okay, now I'm gonna, so that was the shade Flawless, so now I'm gonna put Elegant over that. I wasn't sure if this palette was gonna have any fallout, so I decided not to do my foundation first, just in case. Okay, someone else also asked me to share some unpopular opinions I had, and I fear that you guys may not be ready because you're gonna come for me. I feel like you're gonna come for me. Let me give you some though, whether or not you come for me, right? One of them, onto this one, I don't know, I think I'm gonna rub people the wrong way. I hate when people repost other people's stories only. I hate it so much, guys. Like, I tap, move on to the next story because I'm just like, yo, I've come here to like watch your stories, your content, but all you're doing is just reposting other people's things, literally story after story after story. For me, to make matters worse is when people repost birthday messages or congratulatory. You guys are gonna come for me. When people post birthday messages, I'm usually like, I find that odd that someone, okay, I already find it odd when someone wishes someone else a happy birthday on stories. I'm always just like, just send them a DM or send them a text. But fine, you've posted a happy birthday to me, let's say, on your story. I find it weird, and I don't understand why I would then take that happy birthday message and then post it for everyone. It's not our birthday, it's just your birthday, and that story was for you. I find it strange, guys. I don't know if I'm alone. Am I alone? I find it so, I don't like it, guys. I don't like it. And I'm not even saying that he never ever repost someone's anything, because even me, I repost here and there. But my whole story is not just you clicking through and saying happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, or congratulations, 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 or, you know, just or when people, like, when you guys are watching my videos and then, you know, people post on their stories that they're watching, I'll repost maybe 1 or 2 every so often. But like when you're clicking through, and I'm usually just like, whoa, okay. That's it. I was coming to see you, but I guess I'm gonna see the people who are talking about you. I usually don't get it, guys. Please tell me I'm not alone. But I'm not trying to bash anyone. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I think we're all in agreement that not all content is for everyone. If that's your thing, I'm sure there are people out there who actually love watching reposts. So another unpopular opinion for me is when couples become so, I don't know, they become so integrated that they're always saying we. That thing irritates me so much. I'm just like, I asked about you, I didn't ask about you and your significant other. But it's just like, yeah, we love Burna Boy, we love this restaurant, we love, I'm just like, what about you? What do you love? Because I've asked you what you love, not what you two love. But anyways, I guess you become one when you're in marriage and, you know, you're together. So I guess it's safe to say that. And I guess it's also because of now, my parents have never in my entire life had either my dad or my mom saying we love. I've never had them saying, hey, we love Java. Maybe they're saying we went here because they went there together. But like, we love this kind of music, we love this. I've never had them saying that. So I find it so strange when couples just, it's just a we thing, you know, we love this kind of music, we love. I'm just like, okay, I get it. Okay, it's a we thing. Okay, now I'm gonna cut my crease. Someone has asked me about my first kiss. Should I share or not? First of all, it was with someone who used to go to the same church as me. If my parents are watching this, today they will find out what I was doing. So yeah, I think we're in the same church. So we used to talk on Facebook. It was Kitambo, those days of ksa ksa and swiri, and those days of writing one word in like different, in caps and in not caps. So it was a while ago. So we used to go to the same church. So we used to talk on Facebook a bit. Hey, I saw you in church. You were looking so cute. Cute with a Q. Cute with a Q. Anyway, so one day we pankad, okay, let's like meet like after church, or in fact during church. Let's meet during church. So we panked and said, now, like, I don't know if you guys know the part where like the service or mass is over and they're usually like announcements. Okay, CWA mnakutana CG. Okay, you guys know those announcements. Or see, all the men kindly meet outside. There'll be this talk, you know, those announcements. So we decided that during the announcements we're gonna like sneak out individually, because of course we're not sitting together. Are you mad? So we'd like sneak out and then would meet like somewhere secluded around the church, and you know, we just like talk and so that's what we did. So time for announcements came, we snuck out, and yeah, in church, guys, in church, before church was over, I had my first kiss. Very interesting. And we had to rush because I didn't want a situation where my parents come out of church and then they discover that I'm nowhere, and then they start looking for me. Where were you? Nah. I'm going in with the shade Sexy. The shimmer is coming through. It's really pigmented. I have really similar shades in my palette, so I'm just gonna put that out there. Let's continue. Then I think let's see, I actually didn't mean to put this shade. I meant to put this pink one. Ooh, that's looking good. I'm not sure what to put in the outer corner. Should I go back in? I think I'll put like the pink. People, we need to gather together here. We have a dilemma. I started going to the gym with my boyfriend, but he has insisted if I lose weight, he'll leave me. Throw the man away. Throw him in the trash. No, and no. No! Guys, please advise this girl to say goodbye, because akiwoye, that's not good. That's not good. And I actually especially hate it when sometimes someone meets you and they found you how you are, and then suddenly you're together and maybe you get married, or even though you're not married, and then they decide, there's some things here that I don't like about this person. So yeah, that makeup that you wear, it has to go. That weight has to go. That hairstyle has to go. Nah, you found me like this, and if you don't like it, the door is there. No. Aki no. Goye no. Nimesema no. Okay, so I'm gonna put, I don't know if this is shimmery. It's just called a liquid eyeshadow. I just bought this in the shop when I was buying the palette, and I got the palette, the glosses, and this from a shop called H Glam. It's in town in Bihitas. Actually, the sun just keeps spoiling for me. I don't know how this is gonna look, but I want to do like a line in the cut crease. Let's just see. I wish I had something a bit sharper. This is not really turning out how I want it. I feel like the line is too thick, but I'm just gonna roll with it. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll with it, guys. Maybe let me add some shadow to make the line thinner. Okay, next question. Someone asked, what traits do you like in a man? She also asked, what's your perfect date? Hey, do you want to take me out, Ama? So what traits do I look for in a man? First and foremost, oops, So first and foremost, I look for self-awareness. Someone who is quite self-aware. Guys, sometimes I'm actually very intimidating when I go on first dates, especially because me, I hate you with the hard questions. So one of the things that I usually like to ask is, what do you think are your toxic traits? Because it shows that you have a level of self-awareness if you're actually able to identify that you have toxic traits. Or I ask things like, in what ways do you think you're difficult to live with? You guys can also answer those questions for yourself, because self-awareness is knowing that, you know what, I find this person really difficult to live with, but I'm also not perfect, and there are also some ways in which I can make other people feel like I'm difficult to live with. Or I actually do have some toxic traits. It's not that everyone around me has toxic traits and me I don't. Another question I love to ask is what happened in your last relationship? And for me, a red flag is if you put all the blame on the other person. I'm always just like, no, because I've gotten responses like, she's the one who cheated on me, she did this, she did that, she was not a good girlfriend, she was not this, she was not that. And that just tells me that you're not self-aware enough for you to recognize what role you played in that relationship ending. And I'm just like, self-awareness is zero. So that's really important to me. I think I also look for someone who's keen on growing themselves personally, like just someone who makes effort to actually grow themselves, you know, grow themselves in whatever way that is. It doesn't have to be the same way as I do, but somehow something else I also like to look at or ask someone when I first go out with them is like to tell me a bit about their childhood. I don't know, it just like gives you insight into how someone was raised, because I don't know if you guys realize, but how you're raised really affects who you are now. And again, back to the self-awareness, I think self-awareness can bring you to a point where you realize that how you grew up is having an impact on you today, and you can try and change those things. Yeah, so I always ask, like, you know, how were you raised? Because I feel like it tells me a lot about someone. It does. So I'm gonna give you an example. I don't know how you guys are gonna take this, but it's okay. It's just my opinion and my truth. So I have been raised in a home where gender roles are not really a thing. So my parents both do everything. They're a team, you know, they're partners. So it's not a team. My parents both come home from work, and then my mom has to go to the kitchen and cook. So they both cook, they both clean, they just both do everything in a team kind of way. So if someone is tired, the other one will do the work. So it's not about you're the wife, so you do this, or you're the husband, so you do this. It's not ever been like that. So sometimes some of the things I ask someone about, like their upbringing, can be telling, because it's, for me, having not seen things being done a certain way when I was growing up is obviously gonna affect you know, how I want to be when I'm with someone. And cleaning for you, cooking for you, so I just like to figure out like what someone saw when they were growing up, and if their level of self-awareness is at a place where they're able to identify that, you know, this is not the best way. I don't know if I'm making sense, but such is such. Because you stay with your parents, do they have issues with your many tattoos and piercings? No, they don't. You know why? Because I'm not the firstborn. My sister paved the way for me. I remember, guys, my sister got her tattoo, I think, when she was either 19 or 20, and as soon as my dad saw that tattoo, he was like, now either you remove it or you leave this house. Actually, it was a big thing. It was such a big thing. So you know, there was a lot going on. There was a lot of back and forth, and I think many parents react like that. But first of all, she's like, you guys know how tattoos work. I can't exactly just remove the tattoo. So should I just like pack my things and leave? I don't have a job. Of course, he wasn't being serious. My parents would never kick any of us out. Like, no matter what we do, they would never ever kick us out. But you know, they have to use that instilling fear in your kids strategy, as most African parents love to do. Anyway, so after that, things settled down. She I think she got another tattoo, or I think she got a piercing here. So at some point, I think they just like let it go, and they were just like, these kids will do what they want. So that was that. I got a tattoo. I've gotten all these piercings. Okay, when my mom saw this tattoo, she was just like, will you ever be able to remove that? And I was like, no mom, it's permanent. Some of the things you guys do. But that's all she said about it, because like at the end of the day, I think something that my parents have realized is that we've done our part now. If you guys want to cover your body in tattoos or whatever it is you want to do, go ahead, this is now your life. I'm wearing my lashes, Joanna K Cosmetics in Effortless. Hey, the look isn't looking so bad. It's actually looking kind of cute. I think now we can start on skin. I think I'm done with the eyes. I'm gonna maybe add something at the bottom, but I can do that at the end. So let's get into skin. This video is gonna be 1 hour long. So I'm gonna answer you guys on this question that every time I say Q&A, you guys have to ask. Are you dating? Are you in a relationship? Actually, someone went so far as to say, are you dating? Kindly attach photos. Kindly attach photos. The only thing that was missing in her question is kind regards. With regards. So no guys, I am single. I am very single. Actually, I've been single for quite a long time. I go on dates here and there, and I feel like I've reached a point where I love being alone so much that I actually self-sabotage. Oops. Like sometimes I just can't imagine bringing someone into my life and into my space. So I always just find something, like if you just it's like I'm always looking for something to find a fault in someone. Like if you just mispronounce a word, I'm like, this one doesn't know English, we are done, next. So I've become so comfortable being alone that it's become tricky. Another thing also is that my career is it's a very lonely career. I think I've told you guys this before. It's a really lonely career, so I don't often get to meet people. Actually, you guys who are in 8 to 5s, you don't realize the kind of gift you have. As in, you have access to so many different types of people, your colleagues family, your colleagues friends. When you go for work events, like the people you meet, I mean, you actually meet very many people in your line of work. For me, I actually don't. First of all, I'm in cosmetics, which is quite dominated by females, and even then I still don't even meet. And this isn't even just for meeting men, it's also for meeting other women. Like, I want to meet new people who can become new friends, you know. I just want to meet people, but it's very difficult depending on what I do. I mean, not depending, because of what I do. So actually, the other day I was telling my mom, hey mom, I'm bored of my life. Like, my life is so boring. I don't know if I need a holiday, like away from this, or what I need, but me, I'm just bored of my life. And she actually sat there and she told me, John, I think you should get a boyfriend. Someone else also asked like if it's difficult for me to date people because I'm successful or because of who I am. To some extent I think it can be a bit odd. Sometimes I feel like if you're someone who already knows me from my videos and you know me online, you already come with these preconceived notions of who I am, and then sometimes I feel, and I feel like I don't think I should feel this way, but sometimes I'm like, do I really live up to the person who you think I am? And sometimes people don't necessarily give me a chance to actually, because guys, what I put on the vlog, I think you get a sense of who I am, but you can't really say I know this girl, you know. So sometimes I feel like people don't give me a chance now to like tell them, I mean, to get to know me. So it's definitely been a bit, you know. Oh, and not to mention going on dates and then meeting people who are subscribed to my channel. Hey, next thing you know, I'm getting a DM, oh Joanna, your bae is so cute, and I'm just like, first of all, this guy doesn't like Burna Boy, so just because you saw me sitting with a man in a restaurant doesn't mean we're together. So it's been interesting. I definitely won't lie, it's been interesting. And someone else, okay, wait, let me wet my blender. So I'm gonna mix two foundations, my MAC Studio Fix Fluid, this is NC, oh, this is actually NC46, and I'm gonna mix it with this one I just got, the Prolong Wear, and this is NC50. When I mix these two together, I get a beautiful match. So someone else also asked me if I feel the pressure to get married and have kids by a certain age, and I tell you, I have never felt that pressure. Never ever. Although I'm 24, I don't know if there's an age when that pressure starts coming through. So for me personally, I've never felt that pressure. I've never put that pressure on myself. I want to meet a nice man, you know, and get married and have a few babies. But guys, on the flip side, I'm also okay without all that. Imagine I am like when I look at myself in 10 years, actually, I don't even factor those things in. I don't know if that's strange, but because sometimes when you ask people, so you know, where do you see yourself in 10 years? I see myself married, I see myself with kids. I actually never say that because that's not, I don't have anything leading to that right now. So I choose not to see that. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but the point is, if it happens, fine, and if it doesn't happen, that's also fine. We'll just see what God has in store for me. We will. Ooh, someone else also asked me if I would live abroad. If yes, where? I have one dream city, and I have said for years that if I could just live in New York City for a year, just 1 year, maximum 2 years, I would go. But then I also realized, like, you can't just sit back and say if I could. Like, I actually have to take steps to make that happen. You can't just be like, yeah, I would like to live in New York. If it happens, fine. You actually have to be the one to make it happen. You can't just sit back and wait for it to happen. So you never know, guys, you never know. I may just decide, hey, me, New York City is my home for the next 1 year. But I'm definitely open. I think there's some point of the year when I was feeling like my business was tying me down quite a bit, but I've let that nini go, because I'm like, first of all, my business is online. I can run it anywhere in the world. I can continue making YouTube videos from anywhere I want in the world. So nothing is actually tying me down here. I have no kids. I have you know, I can make my money from wherever it is I decide to live, and of course wherever it is the country gives me a visa. So yeah, I might do something about that, because that has been a dream of mine for a really long time. I don't know, there's just something about New York that is so appealing to me, but not just visiting, but actually living there. Okay, we have another interesting question here. What's your view on celibacy or on sex before marriage? Well, I believe in you making the right choice for you, but you have to make a choice based on you. That's what I'll say. Like, don't base your choice on what other people have said you should do, or what other people, you know, just like make a decision for you. That's what I'll say. If it's because of religious reasons, make sure that they're your religious beliefs. One thing I'm gonna say though, I feel like I have to say, you should not ever tie your worth to your virginity. I feel like I see that happens quite a lot. I was in a school that promoted that a lot, guys. You know, it's like you're not as worthy if you choose to have sex before marriage, or if you choose to wait until marriage to have sex, then you are worthy. You know, you're better off than the one who didn't wait until marriage to have sex. I absolutely detest that. And yes, another unpopular opinion, I feel like sometimes purity culture can be a bit toxic, because it tends to push sometimes this agenda of, you know, if you have sex before marriage, then, you know, like, but the girls who decide to save themselves and gift their husbands virginity on their wedding night, that, you know, it's like they're more worthy. I don't agree with that. And I've told you guys, I was in a school where they preached to us about stuff like this. If anyone was in high school with me, then you know. If you know, you know. Let me actually tell you what they used to tell us. I need a paper for this. So they used to show us a paper like this, and then they're like, girls, this is what happens every single time that you have sex with someone who is not your husband. So the first guy, this is you, this is your worth, this is you. Next time if anyone was in high school with me, you guys, you know, they used to do this. Next time. So eventually now, Ati, you're left with this, and this is what you have to offer your husband. There's so many things that are wrong with that, guys. Virginity and your worth are not linked. You are worthy because you are worthy simply because you are. It doesn't matter whether you've had sex before marriage. It doesn't matter whether you choose to wait until marriage. You are worthy because you are. And they also used to tell us things like, when a man has sex with you and you're not married, he won't respect you. And I'm just like, I don't want a man. Like, what kind of idiot is that? You know, what kind of idiot does? And they used to put it on us. So it's like, you both had sex, but the man who had sex with you is not going to respect you because you're not married. Do you know how toxic? Anyways, I'll just leave it at, sometimes I find purity culture a bit toxic. And just to close that topic, I think you have to make a decision for yourself. It's not what I think or what whoever else thinks. If it's something religious for you and you believe in it, go for it. If you don't want to wait, that's up to you, but don't let anyone shame you for either, because I know people are shamed for both. People are shamed when they choose to wait, people are shamed when they don't choose to wait. And I don't agree with either. I think that you make your choice, you stick to your choice, and I feel like no one should make you feel any type of way about your choice. Okay, someone asked me, is your life anything close to what you had imagined it would be 10 years ago? So 10 years ago I was 14. Oh my, I wish I could actually just sit with my 14-year-old self and tell her, you're not even ready, sis. I actually wish I could, because I feel like I would have been so proud of where I am now at 14 or even at 20. Like, I wish I could just sit down with my 20-year-old self and be like, you actually don't even know what's in store for you. Whoa. So the thing is, for me, like when I was younger in school growing up, I was a really, how do I even put this? I was those kids who never knew what they wanted to do. I was just lukewarm. And I feel like I was always that person who was forgotten. Like, I was never popular. People didn't know who I was. I was just there, guys. Like, I was just so out of it. I don't even know how to explain. I don't even know if you guys are getting what I'm saying, but man, I really wish I could just sit down with my younger self and just be like, baby girl, you don't even know. So actually, it's so interesting to me that all these years when I was growing up, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. But now where I am right now, my purpose is so the lights. My purpose is so clear to me at this particular moment. You know, like, I'm doing exactly what I want to do that I never even knew I wanted to do, and I feel like I'm completely at the center of my purpose, if that makes sense. So it's very interesting to me. Like, many people who we were in school with or grew up with, they knew exactly what they wanted to do then, and I had no clue, and I don't even think I cared. And maybe sometimes I'd get a bit worried, like, I actually don't know what I want to do with my life. And now here we are. I'm walking in my purpose. Okay, now I'm gonna use my eyeshadow palette. There's a trio that I love from this palette. So it's contouring, I use the shade Chocolate. Blush, I use the shade Aspire. And then a highlighter, I use the shade Dancing Queen. I love that trio. Like, ooh, look at that highlight coming through. I really love this combo. I think we're finishing up now. Let me see if there's one burning question that I should answer. Now that you ain't dating, are you celibate? Hey, my friends. Oh, someone asked, is yellow your fave color? Absolutely. Like, if I show you guys my closet, literally I have so many things that are in mustard. I love, I'm so drawn to that color. I don't know why. And sometimes, like, when I go shopping, I'm like, Joanna, don't pick anything mustard. And then it's like my hand is just like, mustard. Someone has asked, what's your opinion about multi-dating for girls? Highly recommend, as in highly recommend. And guys, there's a difference between dating and being in a relationship. Dating is just going on dates. I don't think there's anything wrong with you going out on dates, different dates with different men. As in, why not? Let them interview. See, in an interview, you usually have more than one candidate. Let them interview, sis. Let them interview. Then now you decide. Hey, although it could get tricky, what if you like more than one? Keep going and, you know, make a decision. I don't know if that's bad advice, but I recommend. I think we're gonna end the video here because, this is a really long video. If anyone has actually stayed till the end, thank you so much. You're a real one. So I'm gonna try out the gloss. I tried the clear one and it was good. The palette is really good, guys. I won't lie, the palette is good. Despite Huda's comments, I'm gonna give you an honest review and say that the palette is good. The colors are pigmented. There's some fallout, but very little, but it's a good palette. So let's try the gloss. This one is in the shade Muse. I had already tried the clear one. I think I said the only thing I don't like is the smell. I actually really don't like the smell. Like, really. Quite nice. I gotta say, quite nice. I like it. I like the color a lot. It's a really nice nude gloss, and I love it. Let me lay the edges, make the hair a bit cute, and then I come do an outro. Although at this point, okay, this video is so long, maybe I should just do an outro. No, let me look cute for the outro. I'm gonna lay my edges, then we conclude. We're looking so good, guys. I never like leaving my hair open. I think I'm gonna close it. I really don't like leaving my hair open, but I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. I was sipping on kombucha, didn't finish because my mouth can't stop. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow for the next day of Vlogmas. We're gonna do this again because I have so many questions and I have really enjoyed filming this. Bye guys.